pop-up menu. And last episode we ended up with the frog suit, Frog Mario. And basically, as I mentioned all the time, each style has like different like enemies, like they look different than the other styles, so like each style looks kind of cool. Even the Mega Koopas look cool, look different as well. And the Koopalings look different as well. And also all the other things. So, I mean, that's all for Super Mario Bros. 3. I want to showcase Super Mario World now. And first of all, we're just going to put some flat ground. Because, as you can see, also, things look different. The bridge looks like logs. And instead of shoe boots in like Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 3, we have Yoshi eggs in New Super Mario Bros. U and Super Mario World. So the thing I want to showcase, the new power-up, is the Power Blow. And of course, like, this video will have some extra information as well. So when Mario gets it, it floats. Like, he does not stand on the ground. He just floats like a balloon. So now, as you can see, I'm floating very slowly. But like, you might want to ask a question of, how do you speed up? Well, if you want to speed up, you have to press a button that makes you to speed. So in order to do that, you have to press A, speed up, speed in any direction, or you can just do a normal twisty turny thing in each and every direction. So I can go like all around the world, or like in a circle, let's say. I mean, some people will be like pretty like silly and just make like a power-up like this. You only get this in the new update though. And they might just make like some flat ground and just put this power-up in the air, and then you just like float your way to the end of the level. That would be pretty silly though, but still pretty like funny as well. Power Balloon is very effective. And also all these enemies look different as well. I want to showcase going through some swamps, because this will be a great experiment with them. So don't go normal speed, because like, you actually can go normal speed, because like, they like drop down when you're close, but I want to watch this, how this happens. So actually, that didn't quite work. So you always gotta give it a couple of tries, so maybe like, that does work, but like, I have to be in like a low position. Except for the big swamps, they sort of get you quickly, so that's like a cool experiment with the swamps with this power balloon, as you can see. Some enemies might throw different things at you, like the dry bones. It throws skeleton bones at you. And I can show a connection in the other star as well. The Angry Sun as well. The Koopalings look different as well. Some kind of, this looks different as well. And then all of these other things. So as you can see, everything looks different. Like here. So like, remember you can use the pop-up menu to do certain things. Change it from slow to fast, do whatever. So now we're gonna move on to New Super Mario Bros. U, because this will be some great showcasing. We can probably, as you can see, it's Yoshi eggs as well, but this is from the new update, the Super Acorn. And before I want to showcase that, I'm going to move this thing all the way up because I think you're gliding like a squirrel, so now we can just put like actually that's a little bit too high. So when you get this, Mario turns into Squirrel Mario, and he can do many different things like glide in the air. He can spin jump higher. In normal Mario, you just like spin jump like for a decent amount, but this will allow you to spin jump much higher. So actually, I want to do it properly this time. I want to glide like a squirrel. And you can also grab onto walls and wall jump because you're a squirrel. And it's called Squirrel Mario, Flying Squirrel Mario. And I just slam. And for example, if you're falling down to the ground or something, and I can like do like a jump boost that helps me like glide through the air until I die, because this jump boost will help you a lot if you're in a different dangerous situation, like you're falling into the lava, like that. But you can only do one glide, that's it, because after that, there's no more energy after that, so as you can see, you slowly glide down, and spin jumping does not help as well. It's also this is also, as I can say, it's Yoshi eggs, and you can also see how enemies look differently, and they throw different things, but like this one doesn't throw anything, it just gets you. Here is the Koopalings again, and I want to do like a comparison of what's the difference between the old Koopalings and the new ones. So here we go, here are the new ones, and compared to the old ones, they look like this. And the power up there is old as well. The new update like changed to the other new update. So that's the comparison. And of course, like, pretty much all of these things, they kind of look the same. But I want to showcase Super Mario 3D World. So now, we're in Super Mario 3D World, and it looks different. The lowest you can go is 2 blocks, not 1 block. The default one is 3 blocks instead of 2 blocks high. As you can see, in the other game styles, it's only 2 blocks. But if we switch it back to Super Mario 3D World, it's 3 blocks. want to have like a brief memory of this, like maybe like another like thing so you can remember this, you can't go through donut blocks in Super Mario 3D World. So we'll discuss the power-ups like later, so for right now, you can interact with different things. All of these you can try out, like these different flashing blocks and these different like speeding blocks as well. For now, we're gonna focus on like the new power-ups. So we actually have two new ones, the Super Hammer and the Boomerang Flap. So what the Super Hammer is, when you get it, you turn into Builder Mario and you basically have a hammer. And you can swing out your hammer, but number two, don't try to hit it against flat solid ground because like it'll push you back in a weird way. But you can break the hard blocks, or anything is breakable. So now I want to do something like this. I can break ice blocks as well. Very nice power Builder Mario. Can also use these blocks to make a cool secret or something. For example, 10 coins up there and a bunch of coins up there. I want to see if I can get it. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. So let me try this again. If I just get like good momentum, you can do it like this and jump up and just get a bunch of coins. You can also use it for cool secrets. And also you can make sound effects to make them more cool, I would say. So also in like when you're building Mario, I want to showcase that you can defeat a couple of enemies. So let's start with Piranha Creepers. We're gonna switch it into the blue one because you know probably stay still. So that's maybe a little bit too high. So we can like do this. Swing the hammer and it goes down in one hit, but if we make it taller, you might notice that it might take multiple hits. So let's try this again. I got too close to it. So it needs multiple hits. And you can also step on it, you don't have to use the hammer. But if you leave it still, it'll go back to its original position, so you gotta make sure. So it needs multiple hits. Depending on how high it is, you need multiple hits to do it. This is a super high one. But that is impossible because Mario can't reach that high unless he had like a block to hold him or something. Defeat different enemies! I'm going to showcase a few more and then we'll move on to the next power up. So you can try all of these on your own. Even swamps. I like swamps. This is kind of destroying as well. And then we can also destroy swamps. Don't get squished though. Even if you have any help, it will help you. And this is a connection. This is destroy. How about we try something with the Koopa Troopa card? This can also be considered as destroying. So I want to showcase something. He broke my car. Maybe the Boom Boom is too close to the car, so we'll make him off screen. Okay, that is too close, Boom Boom. You're too close to the screen. Okay, here we go. So now, it's kind of like destroying as well. I had to like time the off-screen and the on-screen as well. One last thing about Build a Mario. This is a low platform, I mean. But this might seem a little bit high, but not too high because you can get a running start. But with platforms such as like this, there's no way you can get up there unless you have another block or something. But if you press Y, L, like, and then point the left joystick up, you get a builder block. And this is still not high enough, so depending on how high it is, depending on how many builder blocks you need. So there is a limit on how many you can put, so let me just put another one there, and that should be enough. So we can put as many as we can. And the builder blocks limit to 5. So you can do something like this. So the last new power is the boomerang flower. I mean, we still have another new power section at the next section, but this is what I mean, like the last power in this section, the last new power. So basically, this is called the boomerang flower, and basically you become Boomerang Mario, and your boomerang comes back and forth, and you throw it with Y. Still jump. So you can throw your boomerang. I'm going to showcase one enemy you can try throwing boomerang in other enemies as well. Here's just a little bit of like an example. Okay, I think I might have removed the boomerang, so here it is, another boomerang. And it comes back as well, so you might have an extra chance. Also keep in mind that the big shells and small shells also, they can break through the blocks as well. And and the small ones are a little bit different because they break one and then they just go back. And the big ones, they can break all of them in the surrounding area. So that's an extra thing to keep in mind. I want to demonstrate more of the clear pipe using the boomerang flower. So there we go. So now, this is a new update, the dot line block. It wasn't without the new update. And the on-off switch without the new update used to be in a different section as well, so probably in this section. And next, this one's a new update as well. It's the on and off trampoline. Basically, it's like a trampoline as well. And you can make it as long as you want, but not too long. There is a limit on how long you can make it. Just as a connection, there's a limit on how many builder blocks when Builder Mario has. The limit is 5. So basically, if you use the pop-up menu, you might see a different one. So this one's bouncy, but this one is not bouncy because you need to activate a switch to get it. So you want to pay attention really closely that this is the original position. So if I put like a platform over here, that's not what I want to do because I think this is high enough. So there was a way to do something like this. We can move it up here, like for example, move it up here. So we need, in the new tab, you also need to experiment. So as you can see, it's off now, so we have the platform to work, and you can see the difference. This one's not bouncing, but the other one is, so you can see the difference. So lots to experiment with the boomerang flower, of course. Lots and lots to experiment with the boomerang flower. So now we can do some like extra information you want to know. So first extra information, I'm gonna switch it into the ghost house. They look like tiles in like the other game styles, like they look like the flooring is different, but this one looks super cool, and there's a cool background as well, and the flooring looks like tiles, so each style has a different flooring and a different background. Keep that in mind, and as you can see, there's only one semi-solid in this game style, and I'll be showing a connection. But if you have a boo, there's no boo rain. A boo is like when it follows you all the time. But I think these are called like a different variation of ghosts. This one goes spinning around in a circle, and like I said, you can also make them big or have wings to make them move faster. So if we do a comparison, I know it will erase all the parts in the game style. If we do a comparison, so we have floor ghosts in like the new Super Mario Bros. And we also have the Super Mario 3D World. So basically you have it in every game style. But instead of the other ghosts I was showcasing in Super Mario 3D World, this is called the Boo Buddies, where it's like boos in a circle, and you can't stack boos together, unfortunately. So that's the difference. And as you can see, this one has a different background and a different flooring as well. If we change this back, you might see the comparison. We also have floor ghosts. So that's a connection. And the slopes just look like stairs in Super Mario 3D World, so in like New Super Mario Bros. And all the other ones, game styles, they just look like you're up a hill. And this is why Super Mario 3D World was a new extra game style, and this one was like in like Super Mario Maker, I would say. And basically these slopes look like this. So you might notice that this all like the game styles except Super Mario 3D World have decorations. If we do another comparison of Super Mario 3D World, you might see the difference. So we have decorations at the front, but no like when we put the layer of the ground, and we also have them at the end as well, so like that. So we discussed a whole bunch of palettes and some extra information as well. So next video we'll be doing like a bunch of other new palettes and maybe some extra information. There's gonna be like a little bit of extra information in like each video. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.